Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
Yeah, that's beer.
Brought to you by beer.
Everybody online looking good.
A companion podcast to the collaborative blog and gaming community that's playing as life allows. This is Multiplaying.
Well, let's start the insanity.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hello?
Great heavens! What kind of radio show is this?
You should totally just have that.
I could.
Like that audio, and then you going brought to you by beer, and that's it.
That'll work.
That gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Yeah, that's beer.
It's beer. Brought to you by beer.
Beer!
Okay, we got that completed.
But more
Hey,
important, though, and to the point, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jabberant. That's what we're going to call you this evening.
No, we're going to call him Jason.
I know.
You know, we should. I was thinking though, we did that before. We should start putting in our Twitter handles like on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you, Steve has already said "fuck no" to this, which is it kind of sucks. But I just want to officially tell you that you're invited to my birthday party.
I didn't say fuck no.
Well, you practically said it. 'Cause you're like, I'm not driving that distance. Like Charlotte, North Carolina is that far.
Well,
really.
Jesus Christ, man.
What, really?
On my bicycle?
Yeah, that I would show at least you're committed.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Anyways,
We should invite everyone on the pod that listens to the podcast.
that's
You'll have 8 people show up.
yeah, really. I mean, anyways, okay, I'm done joking around. Sorry for derailing your.
No, you haven't derailed. We haven't even started the rail yet.
Let's start
That's
it.
why I said. That's why.
All
I
right.
said pre-podcast.
And welcome back to Multiplaying, everybody, after a very, very long sabbatical. Let's see. What are you drinking tonight, Jason?
Bud Light.
Woo!
I kind of took the time, researched some beers, some ales, some lagers.
Went
And
a lot
I read
lot of
this one's one to try.
went on a lot of review forums.
Yeah, did some tastings.
It's
And
important.
Apparently, this is the one. This is what you should get.
Where do they make that?
It's based out of a little place. I think it's wait a minute, St. Louis.
Maybe.
No, you mean it's Coolsville. Is the
Coolsville.
town.
Yeah.
All right. I am drinking just Mountain Dew tonight. Half of the reason that we were off for a month is because I had my wisdom teeth taken out, and apparently I still have a little bit of an open sore in my mouth because I tried to drink some rum earlier and it hurt like a motherfucker.
But that means
So-
it's like cleaning it, right?
I guess, but I don't think I could not continue to drink it. So, no boozing tonight.
Your dentist is gonna be pissed.
Yeah, you're not using the alcohol like I told you. But we do have a third host tonight. He is a special guest, first time on the show. It is Eric, a.k.a. Blameful Gecko, if you don't already know him. What are you drinking tonight, Eric?
So there's this beer. It's called Lagunitas. Okay, and I'm drinking the gnarly wine, which is their barley wine. It's 10.6%. It's pretty tasty. I'm just gonna tell you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we'll see you in the emergency room.
No, I'm just probably gonna drink it all and talk about things I shouldn't. So.
All right. Well, buckle in, listeners.
That's called foreshadowing, everybody.
That's a tease in the business.
Yeah, in the business. Yeah.
All right. Tonight's show, we're just going to kind of get into what we've been playing for this long duration. Not really going to get into any news or anything. So, start off with Jason. What have you been playing?
One thing I've been playing a lot of in the past week or so is Batman Arkham City.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I have not. So
you haven't, but you beat Asylum, right?
I never beat Asylum. I got quite a ways through it. I'm serious.
Oh
I
my
never
God.
beat it.
What the
I
fuck's
know.
the matter with you?
I don't know.
I'm gonna spoil that shit for you.
I haven't.
I thought you beat it.
No, I still have it. Well, I had actually gotten rid of it, and then I picked it up on a Steam sale on the PC, which I'm actually enjoying. I played it a few weeks ago. Enjoyed it a lot more on the PC. It looks so much better.
Yeah,
Those
I
NVIDIA
yeah.
physics.
Yeah.
With the new one coming out. Yeah, I had bought I played it on PS3 originally, the first one, and then I bought it on Steam on a sale for a couple bucks, and it looked a lot better. And I couldn't wait until the PC one came out because that video they've shown looks incredible. So I imagine at some point when that game on the PC drops in a sale, I'll probably buy it and replay it on there.
Are you running an NVIDIA card with the physics?
Yes.
Oh,
yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because I am not currently, but watching that video kind of made me consider saving my pennies for one because that was pretty impressive.
And they always say like, okay, so physics, that's not going to be something that's in every household computer, so we can't make sure that it's like game changing when things happen in game. But I don't give a shit. Like, it's amazing just seeing. Like,
I'm one of the guys who had a physics card.
Oh god.
Oh, a solo card.
Yeah, in my old computer. And that was such a great idea. Should have taken off.
Yep. Well, that was about the same time that the hardware incline kind of started to taper off, and
true.
I think it was
things started to scale a lot more.
Yeah. So, but back to the matter at hand, Arkham City. Are you enjoying it? Which I assume you are.
I'm loving it.
Everybody is, but except for me.
I'm loving it. God, that game is it's so much fun. It's so varied, and the open world stuff. The thing I was blown away about it when I first started playing it was how he travels in the world. And he has no superpowers, he just has the gadgets, but the freedom you feel zipping around doing stuff, it's awesome. And
you feel like the Batman.
Yeah, you feel like a Batman-ass Batman. And the way the game starts out is great, where I don't know if it's spoilers at all, but
no. Oh god, don't do it.
I won't spoil it, but just the whole start of the game really it's so good. And the amount of superheroes and villains they throw in there and make it kind of, it's crazy that they have all these characters and they draw it together to where it makes sense and it doesn't really feel like they're just throwing all the characters in because they can. They make sense the way they're interacting and kind of playing, like the villains playing off each other, and you'll see Penguin and he's ripping on the Joker, and it's so good.
Yeah, the side quests, like you can actually look at all of the side quests on a page to see all the possible ones, and they have no business in being as interesting as they are. Like in the first one, it's just a bunch of interviews, which I appreciated. In Asylum, listening to the interviews, I was captivated. It was like BioShock. But in the second one, there are cutscenes, and you are thrown for a loop. Jason? Have you beaten the game yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, there are characters that like you go to a mission for one reason and then pop in and boom, all of a sudden cameo by a supervillain throws you for a freaking loop. It's great.
Yeah, that's what it kind of the feeling I've been getting. You don't want to skip anything because you have no idea what's going to be waiting for you in one of those side missions, which has nothing to do with the real story.
Yeah,
I mean the overall story. But yeah, I'm. It's one of those few games that I am trying to do everything I can, aside from the Riddler stuff, because I just
that seems like the hurdle. That seems like the hurdle. 400.
Yeah, I'm not going to do
different
that.
Riddler challenges.
But the side missions, I'm all about. So yeah, you should get that, Steve.
I should get it. I'll probably end up waiting until after Christmas, and I will most likely end up getting the PC version.
I don't blame you. But
now, if you do, okay, seriously, the sale might not be on anymore, but I would really go to Green Man Gaming. Okay, Green Man Gaming. I posted this on like my Google Plus account or something like that, and I got a few comments of, hey, I've had that pre-ordered for whatever, a certain amount of time. But if you pre-order it there, I already bought it for $33, brand new, $33. The thing to know about it, okay, Green Man Gaming, like it's this site that allows you to trade in games, PC games, okay, and you essentially tie them to your account, and when you trade them in, they go off of your account, so you're no longer allowed to play them.
You forfeit your rights to it.
Yes, yeah. So it's a good idea, right? But I actually don't buy any games off of them. When it comes to that, like I don't trade in shit to them. I only buy the games that are Steam and games for Windows, because you're not allowed to trade in those games.
Oh,
And you buy them for their crazy ass reduced price, and then you actually tie them to your Games for Windows and your Steam account. So you're getting a Steam game. Like I got Dead Island for like $38 or something like that, brand new. So
Not bad.
So you guys go check that out. Like you could get it for that much. The only reason I ended up not getting it is because I realized, wow, this game has been pushed back to November 15th.
Yeah.
My birthday is that date, so I'm going to get Assassin's Creed Revolution and Saints Row the Third. I don't have no business to get like a open world game. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea.
Yeah. But the last thing I'll say about Batman is, as I'm playing it, all I'm thinking about is, wow, this is probably, I mean, it's Game of the Year contender. You get that feeling while playing it. You know, it's it's kind of rare for that to happen, to where as you're playing it and like you haven't finished the experience, you haven't gone through it all, but you realize this is one of the best games of the year.
Right.
Now, did you play the other characters? Did you play Catwoman and
Yeah,
and
I have
Robin?
Catwoman. I haven't played the Robin stuff yet, but the Catwoman, that stuff's awesome. It's a little bit different. I mean, and it's you can tell it's kind of gimped compared to Batman, but that's what you would expect.
Yeah, she just doesn't have as many abilities.
No, but I mean, but she's a lot of fun to play.
She's different. That's the thing that I noticed. Like I played the Robin one also. The Robin stuff is easy to skip because it's like it's challenge map stuff. And I know in the first one a lot of people just skip challenge maps. But he feels completely different in the sense that like they don't tell you, but if you check his gadgets, he has a couple exclusive gadgets also. He has a freaking bullet shield. Like for a certain amount of time, he just blocks bullets because he feels
Oh, well, I mean, like with his staff?
Yes, his staff sprouts a freaking bullet shield.
Oh, wow.
There's no way to describe it, but it is a sheath of metal that sprouts from his staff. And you also get like 3 different skins for him total, you know?
You know, and I got to give them credit for that, because I've gotten to the part where, well, I don't want to give spoilers, but just, never mind, I probably shouldn't say anything then. But but that could have been really cheesy, and it wasn't. They did that justice, I think.
Yeah.
I actually do have a question for you. I had said quickly earlier that it seems like everybody loves the game, but then I remembered there was actually a guy at work that I bumped into who is he is a gamer, but not what I would. He's kind of a weird gamer. He's definitely a unique taste. So he had bumped into me and said that he'd got Arkham City. I go, oh yeah, I heard it's really awesome. Did you like it? And he goes, eh. And I was like, well, why don't you like it? And he says, well, he goes, I loved Arkham Asylum. And I was like, okay, everybody kind of says this is just more Batman, so why don't you like it? And the point that he didn't like it was how they made it more open. He actually did not like that.
You mean story-wise?
No. The actual physical being more open in a city. And I thought that was kind of weird, because Batman... I would think that would make it more Batman, but he didn't like how that was set up. I mean, what is your opinions on how the open part was set up? Because I had actually heard that it's open until you actually go into like a story encounter, and then it's pretty much what Batman was before. Yeah.
No, yeah, it is. You can. I love it. You can kind of pick what you do. Where it was very linear in the first one. Now you have that freedom. I'm guessing that maybe just him. He sees that and he's overwhelmed by it. Maybe he doesn't.
Just too open.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
It could be it, but I know I love it. I think it's a great improvement. I think this is. It's not just the same thing as the first game and refined, kind of like what you're hearing about Uncharted 2 to Uncharted 3 is.
Right.
I think this is a big evolution of the game because of the whole open world setup. Right. I mean, if this had been the same thing like Arkham Asylum 2, to where it was very linear and kind of Metroid-like, which this one is, but you have the freedom of the open world, I can see people not digging it as much as they do.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. It's okay. So I see people getting disappointed if they thought, when you say open world, when you explain it as open world, one of the biggest things you think of is, oh, it's Grand Theft Auto. I can drive around. I can do a bunch of this silly stuff, and oh wow, it's great. You know. Well, the one thing that people get disappointed about is that it's not as open world as that. Like when you're going to story missions, you fly around the city and then boom, you go into a building and then it is Arkham Asylum. The one thing that bugged me about Arkham Asylum and then stopped me from going and collecting every little Riddler challenge is that if I found out, okay, I have to go to this medical wing, I have to go through all of the other buildings and run through all of those buildings, and there are no enemies for me to fight, and it's kind of boring because I've beaten the game. You know, I'm playing in this game plus mode. With the open world environment, it makes it way quicker. Like if I realize,
too.
Yeah, if I realize I have to go to the building where Joker is, well, I just fly over there. I glide over there. And the thing that connects everything is that they've created this mechanic with it's this grappler boost that allows you to, if you're good, it's skill based. If you're good, you can essentially never hit the ground. You can glide over the entire city, and it feels really, really good. It actually makes the city feel smaller because you're so fast and adept at gliding.
You know what it reminds me of? Kind of. They never really attained this with any of these Spider-Man games, but it kind of seems like how Spider-Man would feel slinging around a city if you were really good at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done it. They've done it with one game, and that the weirdest of all is the freaking it's the PS. It's Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 was
yeah.
Which
they nailed that one the most. That was the Xbox PS2.
Yeah, there was a mode where you could flick the R2 and R1 buttons, and that would shoot out his right and left hand, and it was physics based. So you could grab onto a building. You could only swing if you grabbed onto a building, and it felt it had like a segment of New York, like that. That was the closest thing. But like the Batman Arkham Asylum and City are amazing because this is Batman. This is the closest thing to Batman you're ever gonna get. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm going to shut up.
No, that's fine. But yeah, sounds awesome. I'm going to have to get it. But what else have you been playing, Jason?
I've still been playing some Rage, which I don't think we've ever talked about it. But I mean,
it came out.
That game's old now by holiday game standards.
No shit, man.
I don't know. I love that game. That game is so much fun to play as long as you know what you're getting into. It's a shooter-ass shooter with open world stuff. But the actual gun combat in that game is fantastic. I was just playing a little bit earlier today. I haven't played in about a week or so, and God, that game is fun. Just the way the guns feel and the level of challenge and the variety of the AI that comes at you, COMES. It's a lot of fun. And
some of the stories you were telling me about how the AI reacts to you in certain situations sounds pretty phenomenal. That and the trading card game. The trading card game is totally hooked too, and that's such a cool thing that they threw in there that they didn't really need to do. And the loot system in that game is pretty interesting. The whole crafting type style really has you looking around your environment as you're going. Is really neat. And one of the things that I just got my heart racing today was I was in this kind of like, it's open world to where you go to the city, you collect missions, and then you go kind of zone into this area that's combat. And it's like
really
Demon Souls?
Not
like you have a central point and then you go off?
Yeah. And you go to the town and you interact and you resupply and you tune your vehicle, which the vehicle stuff is, I mean, you can like tune everything, modify it. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that. But once you actually get in the combat stuff, that's the most exciting stuff because the levels are really well designed. And I'm right now in the middle of this area that this like kind of dungeon type area where these huge, like multiple times I'm hitting these huge kind of ogre troll mutants, and they're really smart, and ammo's kind of limited. And there was this huge guy that I didn't even know if I was doing damage to him, and I ended up taking him down. And I looked, I had gone through every weapon, and I had one bullet left. Jesus! And he dropped, and I was like, "Oh God, quick save!" Right after I did it, and it rewards you by going to the next room and you resupply. You know, I got all my shit back up to go, and then right now I'm in an area where it's another mutant like that, and it's like that's like the next encounter.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun. And the game looks great. I'm running it, at ultra settings, which the settings, there's not a whole bunch of options, but the game's just silky smooth. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does look pretty amazing, and I was half tempted to get it just for the trading card game, because the whole idea of finding cards around the world, like picking them up and building your collection, that's like, man, that's exactly what I've wanted from a Magic game. Like, somebody needs to just take the Magic IP and put that into an open world game, and I would live there.
This area that I'm in, I kind of went into this little offshoot that I wouldn't have really noticed unless I had been looking, and there was a card in there, which it would have been easy for me to miss.
Wow.
So it's really cool. But I mean, it's a single player game. I guess the multiplayer is the car stuff. I haven't done any of it, but you got to imagine after the holidays hit, that game's going to probably drop to like $30.
Exactly.
And that's probably when you should pick it up.
Man, that's speaking of that, just like a side note, that's kind of I don't want to say travesty, but maybe it's actually the awesomeness of this year, is there's so fucking many awesome games coming. Just every week from here until Christmas, it's just awesome game, fantastic, and you can't buy them all. So I think that's what's going to be even better, is that after the holidays, there's so many of these just enormous games that are going to have to go on sale to compete against each other for shelf space. So there's just too many.
Yeah, I was reminded of that when, like, actually today I was pricing games, and one of them surprised me. It was Driver San Francisco. And so that's a game that has easily been forgotten about, and by reviewers and a lot of people who are seriously into video games. It's a very weird concept. Your character's in a coma and he's possessing cars and all this crazy stuff.
I've heard it's actually a good game.
That's the thing. It's actually a good game. It's a lot of fun. It's one of those games that around it, games have come out like, what is it? That guy who's like, I'm out of bubblegum and I'm going to chew you.
Duke Nukem?
Yeah, that's not the quote at all. But anyways,
I'm out of bubblegum and I'm going to chew you. I came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of ass.
So I'm going to chew your ass. But anyways, so that game came out months in succession with that. This game it went from 60, it didn't go to like 40, it went immediately to 30.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's not a sale. That's just how it works. And it's because so many games are coming out this holiday season. Like, that thing it's just like a Prince of Persia, the new Prince of Persia that came out. It immediately got steamrolled last year. And
the one based on the movie?
No,
it was the
it's a weird
the reboot one.
The one that was it was supposed to be in the middle of like the Sands of Time and
Warrior Within.
Yeah, it was kind of supposed to set in that timeline.
And it was Prince of Persia Prince of Persia, but it got steamrolled by everything else that year.
The one that had Nolan North voicing?
No, it was the one Dean talked about on the podcast a while ago.
Shit, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
And that's the point. This just like Driver is getting knocked down, brand new price, $30, and it's going to get worse as things go along, because there are, like you said, shit ton.
You gotta wonder if when they market those games and they're looking at the finances, that they have that kind of planned out. Like the people, Ubisoft, I think, put out Driver. You gotta wonder if they knew ahead of time, okay, it's gonna go on sale for 50, 60, and there's all these there's A, B, C game coming out. We're gonna drop it to 30 here at this point, and we're gonna try to pre-orders and all that. We're gonna hit for 60, but majority of the sales are gonna come when it hits $30.
Right. I'm sure they looked at it as it comes out, and they know after a few weeks that people aren't gonna keep buying that game new because of the other stuff that's out. So
that's my theory with DC Universe Online. Like before launch, I bet they knew they were going free to play.
Yeah, because that game came out February of last year. So. You've been playing that lately, right?
Yeah. No, I got a lifetime subscription. My wife, she said, "Hey, what do you want for a present? Because I love you." And I said, "Lifetime subscription to DC Universe Online." well, you won't regret that at all, will you? No, I won't. And I don't, because I withhold my feelings.
But you like that. That's a fun game from what I played.
No, I'm going to tell you. I absolutely love it. But what I realize is that other people are going to bitch and complain about it because they don't spend enough time doing it. Like, I pretty much realize that I've got to enjoy it on my own, and I cannot try to trick people into playing it with me.
That's
like
I think that's most MMOs.
Yeah, that's most MMOs. Like, I've tried to... The most enjoyment I get out of MMOs, and I'm sorry if we're getting on a tangent, but, like, I love teaching people about what's great about this MMO. Like, showing them, giving them the chance. Like, I will invite anybody who wants to learn about how awesome Champions Online is, I will give you a lesson that you got.
Champions or DCU?
I've got a
No, I'm on a tangent now. I'm on a tangent-ass tangent, so I'm not talking about Champions Online. I'm talking to your listeners.
Send emails to...
So creepy. He's gonna molest you in his Champions van, superhero van.
Champions van.
Yeah, that's only.
You're gonna get championed.
Dude, I have a character named Pedo Bear, and he's ready.
Yeah, there you go.
He's ready to fill you with regret.
And other.
This is not sponsored by Multiplaying.
This is sponsored by 12 inches of regret. Anyways, guys, I'm sorry. See, I told you, tangent. Anyways, yeah. So I think that's what people.
Yeah. So DCO is going free to play.
Oh my God.
So what else you been playing?
Me?
Yeah.
In front of me. Okay. So, in my heart, I only have enough space for one competitive multiplayer game. So I've committed to League of Legends. So when I feel like I want to hop in for 20, 30 minutes and I want to play PvP, I don't do it anywhere else but League of Legends. And they recently came out with a new character called Graves. He shoots guns.
He looks badass, too. He looks like Cable.
Yes, there's a skin that makes him look like Cable. Super Cable. He's super interesting. The people over at the other podcast that I sometimes frequent, Channel Massive, they have made a whole podcast around like League of Legends.
Oh.
Like just in general, they'll talk about that stuff. So I'm not going to get into it too much, but I'm going to tell you, like he's worth okay. So he's popular enough that He's popular enough that people, when you pick him, they in chat say, another Graves. So what that makes me go is, I don't give a fuck about you. Like, I type that. I say, I don't give a fuck about you.
And that's why the League of Legends community is so great.
They're not that great. I'm just gonna I know you're saying that to be sarcastic, but I'm seriously going to say that some of those people want to ruin your life, people. So be careful. Okay? But I pick Graves. I sometimes also pick Maokai. He's this big tree dude, and he throws these nuts all over the place. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was witnessing that last night.
Yeah, we played together, didn't we?
Yeah, played a match at Dominion.
We lost.
We lost horribly.
God.
Actually, it was pretty close.
It wasn't our fault though. Like we were really trying our best.
Yeah,
I didn't go AFK once.
No, neither did I. But the other team, I was getting worked pretty hard by the Graves from the other team. I was not used to him at all because that was the first match that I had played in probably at least a month, maybe almost a month and a half. But so I was a little bit rusty and not used to the oppositional character. So yeah, that dude rocked me pretty hard a few times. Could not get away.
You were like the time character, right? What was it?
Yeah, it was Zillion.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Like, actually, the funny thing is, like, you logged off, and I played another game because that's how League of Legends is. Like, you want to get a win, and you will play until you get one. So I played, and then the next match that you were like, I'm rusty. What? This isn't working like I want it to. The entire game, one character in all chat said, Zillion is overpowered. Why is he doing this to me? Why is he constantly killing me? I'm like, yeah, that's what you can be.
That's what I can be.
It's like, you can do that. I believe in you. I'm going to tell you that next time. Hopefully it's not the podcast. because that's a waste of time. But anyways, whatever.
Thanks. All right. But you like Dominion? Do you prefer Dominion over the classic map?
I'm gonna tell you the only reason I prefer Dominion is because it's faster. And
Right.
really, with Dominion and League of Legends in general, I want to hop in. I want to play a game. I want to play a game of League of Legends when I don't want to play a game of anything else. You know, when you look at your selection of games and you say, I don't want to commit time to any of this, League of Legends is always there for you to hop in, get your fix, and go to bed.
Yep.
And Dominion is way better than that. Like the general MOBA like style is something that can turn into a horrible, like, stats are very important in that game, so you can very quickly realize that I'm going to lose this match. No one is surrendering like they should, and I'm committed to a 45-minute game because I'm responsible enough to not just quit.
Yeah.
So whatever. Anyways, the other game I've been playing is Glitch. Glitch is like this browser-based game that is really weird, and that's why I like it.
Yeah, Shannon Zellybelly loves it.
Really?
Yeah, she's playing a ton of it.
Really? What's her name on there?
It's probably Zellybelly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's got a house. She wants everyone to move into her block, and like she's been doing weird stuff. I mean, there's so much weird stuff you can do. Like he is saying, weird's the word for that game.
Exactly.
She was telling me she was so excited when she got home that she went on her street and she just delivered milk to people's porches. And
Isn't that great?
She got notes from people like, "Thank you so much." Like people can leave notes for you, and like they love that she was doing that. So she's in a homeowners association.
Oh my god! Okay, which homeowners association? Can you get the fuck up, walk over to her, and ask her what homeowners association is she in?
I'll find out for you. She's in the other room watching a movie with a friend.
That's why you go in, you kick down the door, and you punch in the face.
Hey, bitch!
Yeah, exactly. And then at the end, say, "Make me a sandwich."
You should actually read her tweets because she's been twittering all about it.
I don't do Twitter, dude. Twitter minus Twitter equals Google Plus.
No, you didn't answer my tweet from yesterday, so it's fine. Whatever.
I know. Wait, are you trying to guilt trip me?
No, I asked you a question on Twitter the other day. You never answered, but I figured it out.
Okay, wait a second. Everybody, don't mind the clicks because now I'm checking Twitter for this.
No, we already know the answer.
Oh, well, I'm going to answer it for you no matter what. Continue.
I already know the answer.
I'm going to answer it for you, sure.
But yeah, no, Glitch is cool.
I have not played Glitch, but apparently Shannon has a butterfly in her house named Slurms.
Yeah, she does.
So
the one thing I'll say neat about Glitch is you train skills in real time. So you
like Eve's
going to do it.
Fallout.
And there are apps for it on your phone. So I can, I'm sure there's Android ones too, but I can boot up my iPhone, log in, and say, okay, I'm not training anything right now. Here's what I have available. I'm going to start training it. So when I go, and it will send me an email then once it's completed, which is pretty cool. I mean, for that type of casual browser-based MMO.
Yeah, I might have to check it out sometime.
Yeah, it's not Fallout. It's Fallen Earth. Fallen Earth also has real-time training.
Right.
Like the thing is, like, it's not a game that it will become your main MMO. And that's the thing. Like, I know I feel obligated to answer that because a lot of people like, will it become your main MMO? Will it be the Warhammer or Warcraft of your life? You
say, fuck no.
No, it won't.
Well, I don't think it's not trying to be.
It's not, and that's what I appreciate about it. Like they could easily have a cash shop that nickels and dimes you, but like this game, you have a subscription or you don't. They want you to have fun. When you create your character, they give you an option of inviting in a person who.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was really cool.
What is it? What are they called? Like they're like the guide.
It's like a mentor type thing.
Yeah. Now the thing is, the great thing about that, I said yes to that. They came in. I've been like, I've been friends with that person the entire time I've played the game.
That's
Really
cool.
And they're so nice and they're so helpful the entire time. It's made the game for me. And it's awesome. All it is. It's a browser-based game that can be compared to, what's that game that's like fighting in Nexon? MapleStory. It's a 2D game, but there's no combat. The cool thing is, I always tell people, go and watch the trailer for it. Glitch, the trailer. They explain the game at the very end. There are these crazy looking crows that are like eating the world, you know? And in general, like as you level up, every time you level up a skill, you get a quest for it, and you learn more about the world. Like the thing that you just said, Jason, you said something about leaving notes around the world and everything. Mm-hmm. That's a skill that you have to learn in real time. You know, it's called penmanship 1. So like I've learned all of these skills that are completely unique to another person. Like, oh god damn it! Like I want to really play. I'm gonna start playing that game. Goodbye guys. I'm gonna go play.
All right.
Fuck.
I should probably start playing Glitch. Yeah. Anyways,
so what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Couple things that I wanted to touch on. First, I'll go back to what I was playing during most of my toothache. Dark Souls. I played so much Dark Souls in about a week.
You played a lot of Dark Souls.
In about a week, I played 26 hours worth of Dark Souls.
I think I played about 12 hours so far.
And the kicker is I'm probably not nearly as far into the game as what I should be for the amount of hours that I'm in, because I spent...
There's any where you should
No
be.
way.
No, not really, but the last day that I played it was actually this past Sunday. Wife took the kids to her parents for the day, so I spent about 6 hours playing Dark Souls, and all I did in 6 hours was run between 2 points and farmed Titanite shards and humanity. That's all I did, was just sit there and farm all day. It felt like I was playing Dark Age Camelot.
You got invaded like crazy?
Yeah.
I got invaded like 5 times over the course of the day, but they were like, it was really crazy ass invasions. And okay, for those of you who don't know what Dark Souls is, it's
give a rundown for sure.
It's the successor to Demon Souls. Both games are very similar. There's minor differences. I actually at first did not like Dark Souls differences, but as I have played the game more, I've grown more accustomed to them, and I can't really see going back to Demon Souls the way it was. But basically, it is a kind of like a big, I don't know how to explain it, but like almost like a dungeon, like it's an action RPG, but it's almost like this dungeon diving sort of thing where you go through, fight enemies, but each of the enemies, the thing that separates this game from any other like action RPG is that every single enemy in the game can kick your ass if you're not careful.
Yep.
It's not like the game is quote-unquote hard, because everybody says that, it's a very hard game. It's not really hard, it's just that you have to be very careful. You cannot drop your guard. Mm-hmm. You have to be very careful on how you play. And there's various different ways of how you can play. I mean, you start off with a class, and I think there's like 8 or 9 classes to choose from, maybe more. I can't remember the exact number off the top of my head. But there's like magic users, just melee people, ranged classes, but the starting classes basically just give you a set of stats and equipment that you start with. You can actually change the character quite a bit from there based on how you increase your stats and what equipment that you pick up.
And really how you play, right?
Yeah, and definitely how you play.
It's a really great...
Because you can totally play it as a big-time like magic user, keeping your distance and throwing like fireballs or magic missiles or whatever the hell, or you can play it as a completely like melee up front with the shield.
But you're limited in your magic.
Yes,
like,
there
that's
is a
an important
limit.
thing. You can't just spam your magic.
No. Right, there is a limit to how much you can use.
What did everyone pick since... Okay, so all 3 of us have played this game.
That's a good point to bring up, yeah.
What did you guys pick initially?
Jason, what'd you use?
I'm the cleric.
Okay.
I wanted the healing spell.
Like how have you like progressed your character? Like how do you kind of play?
I have a big shield and I have a one-hander and I do a lot of blocking. And you have the one item, the kind of flask thing that you can heal.
The Estus flask, yeah.
Right. So I use that when I'm in deep shit in an actual fight, and then I use my healing ability during rest. So I pretty much block, try to roll, try to get advantage, hit in the back with my mace. Or now I have the Drake sword, and then I heal up. So I don't have any ranged damage magic ability.
Right. I actually started off as a wanderer, and I've just recently kind of changed how I play him, but not too much. Primarily, I kind of started with wanting to use a bow, but I recently got away from that. But I am big time into using a spear and shield.
Oh, it's so good, right?
Yes, primarily because
I didn't like the spear.
I like it because you can attack while you're blocking.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, that's great.
So you can still block a blow while you're getting an attack in.
Right. I had the spear and the shield. I don't know. I think I was too used to the Drake sword. I wasn't feeling the timing. That game's all about timing.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't feeling the. I think I was too used to the Drake sword and shield.
Right. And I actually just had switched
sword
weapons.
And board.
Well, and I actually am using a sword now. I'm using an S-Stock. It's a very long type of fencing sword, so you can still use it as a spear type weapon, but your alternative strike is actually a sideways slash, so you can hit more multiple enemies than you would with a spear. So I really like it. The damage is a little bit lower, but anyways, the change that I've made recently is I actually picked up pyromancy finally. And I'm using that in my farming in the depths right now. Been throwing a lot of fireballs at shit. So
yeah, pyromancy. That's what I picked in the beginning, and one of the main reasons was it's the only class that starts you at level 1, and allows you to build up from there. It does a lot of the other ones give you these pre-made skills, so you're actually, and it's not significant really. When it comes down to it, that's not the big deal about it. It also fits my playstyle because I've decided I'm not going to wear heavy armor at all. I'm going to be wearing robes, and I'm going to be dodging a lot. You know
what? That's the one thing that kind of got into my head, and I don't know if I want to change it or not. When I was getting invaded on Sunday, hot. But when I was invasions in the game, again, back to for those who didn't know, the game is not a multiplayer game per se. It is a solo experience.
Yeah.
But you are connected to the internet, and with that, you can leave and read messages from other people, little writings on the ground and stuff to kind of help people out with where to go.
Help and hinder, because in this game they will grief the hell out of you.
Yeah, some people will tell you to jump off a ledge and because there's treasure up here, but there's really not. But sometimes there is. Maybe you don't know.
The mind fuck about that, is that you will see a ledge, and you will sit there for 5 minutes and think, okay, this person could be fucking me in the ass, or I could jump, fall onto a ledge, and get a really cool ring.
It could be awesome.
Yeah, it could really be awesome, but I'm gonna die.
But yeah, the other side of the interconnectivity with other players is that you can invade their world. You can actually use an item to go in and engage in PvP, basically, which can be pretty intense, and vice versa. They can invade your world, and you can also use this ability to purposefully call in other people to help you. So it's a very neat system. I like it a lot. On Sunday, like I said, was the first time I had ever been invaded, and it happened 5 times over the course of the day. The first one totally took me off guard because you see a message that pops up and it says so and so has invaded, and at first I was like, okay, does that mean I'm going to get attacked? And I actually sat there for probably 10-15 seconds wondering, okay, what do I do? I was looking through my items real quick to make sure that, okay, do I have stuff prepped so I can fight this guy? And just as I was coming off of my thinking and getting ready to start looking around, just when I exited the menu, boom, this big fucking Drake sword right in my back, and one hit kill. The guy killed me.
Terrible.
Yeah. back to what you were saying about wearing robes and stuff, the thing that I had noticed over the course of all the invasions, almost everybody that I had fought was wearing robes so that they were as like fast and agile as possible in a fight.
I just in regular single player, I haven't been invaded yet, but I'm more about moving and dodging, so I can kind of see how that would.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like hits. I like kind of having a little bit of both. I usually have mine, my armor, the weight on my character just low enough so that I'm somewhat agile. I can get up from a roll decently quick. Mm-hmm. But that if I get hit, I'm not like really taking a whack. So,
and that's the thing that like when you describe this game, it's really hard because there are basic things like weight encumbrance in a MMO or an RPG is usually something that just slows you down and annoys you, right? But in this game, like that is a major thing that when you're researching the game, you have to realize. Do I want to be a super slow defensive knight, or do I want to be an agile rogue?
Right.
And that's almost like a slider that you have to take when it depends on like the kind of armor and everything that you use.
And the one thing you brought up about researching the game, if you do start playing the game, that's almost a must because the game does not do a fantastic job of telling you.
Cryptic as hell.
Yeah. It is very cryptic.
Almost on purpose.
Very Japanese.
Yeah, I think it's very on purpose, and it adds to if you're willing to deal with it, it kind of adds to the uniqueness of the game.
It adds to the reward.
Yeah, like so I'm the kind of person I totally understand. And the one thing we haven't mentioned is covenants. Have you guys joined a covenant?
Factions. Yeah, I have. I joined the cleric one.
I joined that one too, but I plan on dropping it as soon as I get to join the hunters, the forest hunter guild.
Were you part of the cleric guild when you got invaded a bunch?
Yeah, I'm still a part of it.
Okay, so the really cool thing about this game is like it's an MMO almost in its infancy, because you go to these FAQs, you go to these forums, and a lot of people don't know what the fuck's going on.
Right.
It's so confusing that people are just kind of like, I guess so. The game kind of told me,
like the early days of like EQ or something like
that.
Yes.
Yes. And in a way, like for the small amount of people who can get outside themselves and they don't have to feel entitled to an experience that they'll be able to finish. Like I feel when I beat a boss in this game, I feel like I fucking earned it. Like this is great.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I've been noting a lot lately, or like while I was playing it, because I have not been playing it this week. But the one thing that I keep getting in my mind, and it's probably not a good comparison, but I keep on thinking about writing up an article about it. But a lot of the same feelings that I get, and I kind of mentioned this earlier before, but a lot of the same feelings that I get from this game are the same types of feelings that I got playing Dark Age of Camelot.
Cool.
Not so much from like the actually how the game plays at all, just the feelings of trying to figure out how the game works, trying to figure out like what I want to do in the game, the difficulty level of it, the amount of grinding that I have to do to get what I want, the reward that I feel after having a major accomplishment, the amount of shaking my hands do in a PvP situation. Yeah, that's like there's a lot of comparisons there of just that the deep down core feelings that I get, and it reminds me of a lot of experiences from Dark Age, and that's what I really love about the game.
Yeah.
One of the things I wanted to ask you, since I haven't really been invaded too much, I was reading your Twitter that day where you were just getting hammered.
Yeah.
Was it fun? Did you ever think about disconnecting your PS3 from the internet to play and enjoy the game, or was that an integral part of the game that you wanted?
That's actually kind of funny that you said that, because one of the times I had tweeted something and I had hashtag Dark Souls to it with, I go, okay, people invading me while I'm trying to grind humanity or whatever, go fuck yourself, I think is what I said. And somebody must have been looking for the hashtag and replied to me, just go offline. And then I replied back to him, and I was like, you know what? I go, but it's actually very exciting. It's very fun. It's aggravating to a degree, but when those moments happen, it is so fucking exciting. I would not give that up.
Okay, wow, that's what I was wondering.
Even though I never killed anybody doing that.
Yeah. Now, have you researched the covenants at all? Do you realize how many covenants they are? And wait, how many covenants there are? Anyways, whatever. Can we remind the listeners again that I'm totally buzzed?
No, they know.
Okay, good. Okay, so anyways, like there are 9 covenants, okay, and each one relates to classic D&E, like evil, good, like
right,
lawful
good,
good to chaos, evil kind of stuff, right?
Right.
And each one, okay, this is the amazing thing, and there's a story I've been building up in my heart muscles, and what it is that I started Dark Souls and I loved it. I joined my covenant, and immediately after that got hacked. Okay, my Xbox Live account got hacked.
Oh, really?
Okay, and it sucked. It sucked bad. And I opened up Dark Souls, and I was going to play that game to sate my annoyingness that my money had been taken from me. And I realized even though you cannot play with your friends, there is not a co-op experience really with Dark Souls. The online part of it is so integral to the experience that I turned it off, and I've just been unhacked, and I'm now going to start the game again.
Oh, nice.
And it's mainly, I've been thinking about it the entire time, and it's mainly because of the freaking covenants, okay? So the covenant I joined is of the witch. I don't know the official name, but essentially it's because I'm a pyromancer. I love the neat thing about pyromancy as a spell is that it's a very, very long cooldown. It's also a very small amount. Like you can only use like eight spells of that the entire run. So you got to be very careful, but it's very powerful. So
the fire orb.
Yeah, it's awesome. When you pick pyromancy, you're committing to a hybrid build. You're committing to I'm gonna fight a lot, but when I get into a position where I need to use spells, those spells are gonna be super powerful.
Yeah.
Okay? So a lot of the times in boss fights, I almost feel like I'm cheating because I'm trying to fight them physically. I'm getting my butt kicked. All of a sudden, I shoot a giant fireball in their face. Okay? If you join this covenant, they give you an even gianter. So I add ER to that because it's gianter fireball to the mix. All you have to do is never kill a certain kind of enemy. If you kill a certain kind of enemy, a maggot immediately invades your brain.
Wow.
Okay, this is the trippy part of Dark Souls that people don't know about. There are random things, well, they're seemingly random, that happen to your character, and you have to immediately Google them to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Like being cursed.
Yes, yeah. There are some curses that immediately half your life, and they stack. So you can literally have 1 HP running around in the game. And, I mean, this is just adding on to that this game is crazy.
Yeah.
So the curse for if I break this covenant, a maggot invades my brain. I immediately lose my helm piece. I can no longer equip any kind of helm piece onto my character. And it also, whenever I earn experience, which is called souls in the game,
right?
Whenever I earned experience, it takes half of them immediately.
Wow.
What it's actually doing, though, is maturing. This maggot is feeding on my souls. I'm not joking. Like, this is how they translate it in the game. The maggot is feeding on my souls. Once it reaches maturity, my kick animation, okay, which is an ability you use to literally move enemies away from you. Like, if an enemy is crowding you.
Like crowd control.
Yep, and you can use that. If you're on a ledge, you can use that to kick an enemy off. And that immediately kills them. So it's very useful. That actually disappears. And this maggot who has matured on my brain it becomes this giant maggot attack that sprouts out of my head and whiplashes them.
It's fucking ridiculous.
So
is it a benefit to get this thing?
And yeah,
you don't know.
You decide that.
Dark Souls, Steve.
It is fucked up enough that I'm like, yeah, I'm doing that. now the thing that messes up everything is that the maggot is very, very susceptible to fire. So you having that on you, it increases your fire. Well, it decreases your fire resistance by a huge amount. You're negative all the time. Your head gets set on fire like a shitload. So
I don't want that.
I had a point when I started this. I'm hoping I succeeded.
No, you did.
You basically told everybody about how fucked up Dark Souls is.
You know, what? One other just quick thing I have to point out about Dark Souls, which is kind of really interesting to me, was as I was playing it, my son Matt, who is 7, he was really drawn to watching me play the game. And I think it's because, you know, it's not, I don't let him, there's certain games I don't let him watch me play, but this one's not too violent. You know, there's not that much gore or anything like that.
It's violent, but you're not killing people, you're killing like monsters, and
exactly.
It's not really bloody. It's kind of scary. Some of the bigger monsters are kind of scary, but
he's intrigued by it. He's drawn by it because you know, it's not a scary to where he's freaked out. But like, he sees the dragon, he sees the skeletons, and he's really into, like, each one's a challenge. So I think he's really into it. It's not like I'm hacking through it. If I was just slicing through skeletons, he would get bored and he would leave. Like, he really picks up on the tension of the game. Yeah. And like, there was the one part where you go underneath the dragon and you go into there's those freaking rats that can poison you forever.
Oh, yeah.
God, and forever. So like, I was getting really good at trying to time blocking them, and then, you know, I would draw him out to that little ledge and try to kick him off. And he was like, that was a spot specifically. He started sitting down and watching, and he was like, Dad, bring him out there. And then, like, he would really get into it. He's like, okay, you know, try and knock him off there. And, you know, like, I don't know, it was really, really cool to see him get in and pick up on kind of the strategy of it. And he was really getting that, you know, God, like, any one of these things could have killed me.
Right.
So, like, he's really digging me playing that game and watching.
And again, for those who don't know, if you die in the game, you respawn at what is a bonfire. The bonfires are kind of like resting spots. When you rest at these bonfires, though, every one of the enemies in the game respawns. So you have to kill them again. But if you die, you lose all the souls on you. The souls are used to buy equipment and to increase the levels on your character. So you want to keep those as much as possible. You can, if you die, wherever you died, they will drop, and you can go back to your bloodstain where they dropped and pick and get them back. But if you die on the way back from all the enemies that just respawned, then you drop a new bloodstain, and the original one with all the souls on it is gone.
And one thing that he noticed, sorry, real quick, he already picked up on when I went to a campfire eventually after he was watching me for a while, and I sat there. He goes, now they're all going to be back there. And like, I never told him that. He just picked up that he saw. Out. Yeah.
And isn't it funny that, like, people who have played EverQuest, so corpse walking, that's like a normal thing for MMO players. Like, that's for early MMO players, corpse walking is a thing that you live with. Like, if you die, one of the I don't know, one of my friends, he corpse walked like to an ocean. Like, he died while he was on a boat.
Oh, jeez.
He spent all evening trying his best. He did not succeed in EverQuest to try to get his body back, you know?
Wow,
and that is a story he will always remember in video games, okay? Yep. What I love about Dark Souls, and this is just a small thing, you know, you can't be too nostalgic or you're dated. You know, it's like, don't dwell on the past too much. But I love Dark Souls because it reminds me of EverQuest so damn much. Like, I will play a game, just like you said, you played 6 hours and you didn't get anywhere, right? I will play Dark Souls for an hour and a half, And usually an hour and a half is very important to me because that hour and a half is when I get off work, my wife is going to come home in an hour and a half. I have to make some fucking progress. Okay?
Yeah.
Because after she gets home, I'm going to have to like make dinner or do something responsible. I don't want to do that. So I'm playing a game for an hour and a half. In Dark Souls, it is the only game this year, this almost decade, probably about 5 to 7 years, that I'm totally okay with playing for an hour and a half and getting nowhere.
Yeah.
Because like you really have to earn it. And if I get testy and I try to rush through something, it punishes you, and you have to go and find your bloodstain, and you have to get your souls back. Yep. It's so good, right?
It is so good. But let's move off of Dark Souls and get to the last game of the night. One that I picked up this week and is just blowing me away. Battlefield 3. I'm totally...
I got that.
Yeah, you got that.
Mm-hmm.
Totally enamored with the game. I've always been, admittedly, a big fan of Battlefield, the series, ever since 1942. I actually had built a computer just for BF2. I'm loving it. It's more basically just feels like an up-to-date version of BF2, so I'm happy with it. It's fantastic.
How do you compare it to Bad Company 2? Because it seems pretty direct.
It's larger. It's
larger,
but it's bigger.
Yeah.
It's so much bigger than. I love Bad Company 2. It's great. The only
I
thing
guess
that
it's kind of a hybrid between the two.
Yeah, it's the thing that I will say that I think Battlefield Bad Company 2 was more, what's the word I'm looking for, focused on was like the destructible like buildings and stuff.
Yeah, that's not much of that stuff in this.
Not as much. It is in parts. I wish there was some more like in Bad Company 2, but I think Bad Company 2 was almost too much.
Well, I wonder if that's what they're thinking, that's the identifier of Bad Company 2 multiplayer, and this is the main Battlefield entry, so they kind of scaled it back. Maybe. I don't know. It's my guess.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Unlike a lot of people, the Origin thing is not really bothering me at all. I don't like having to use that service.
It's wonky.
See, I haven't any problems with it.
I'm having a hard time navigating it and kind of seeing things, and I don't.
No, you're talking about the Origin service or the battle log?
I'm talking about the battle log.
Okay, so I really like the battle log though.
I don't like that you have to, every time you quit a map, you get kicked out of game. It seems like that just adds artificial time to getting back into a game that doesn't need to be there.
You got kicked out of the game after you complete the game?
No, I'm just saying, like, okay, if I don't like the server and I want to go back to another one, I have to completely quit the game. Like, I have to quit the client.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right.
Like, it seems like it's just that adds unnecessary time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can see that, but
I like the actual stat tracking and the web interface of it. But, I mean, why can't you have that? Because there's a lot of games that have it. Like, Halo games have that. Not Naughty Dog, but the Resistance team. Like, they have that type of stuff.
Insomniac?
Insomniac has that stat tracking on a website. Like, why can't you have that battle log on a website, but leave all that other stuff in-game client?
I don't know if they'd have as many people using it as regularly.
Yeah, maybe.
If it was separate. I think, because honestly, I like the stats a lot, but if it was on a separate website, not in the game,
you might not go to it.
I probably wouldn't spend very much time with it. But because
it
is there, I'm looking at it a lot.
That's true. So I mean, that's a minor annoyance that I have. But yeah, I do look at it more, and I do like how it shows what it shows me what you've done, what Tic Tac Boom's done, what other friends I have done. That's kind of neat.
Oh my God! Did you just say that name out loud?
Tic Tac Boom.
I'm just gonna tell you, the only people that I ever see online are Aberrant and Tic Tac Boom. Like Tic Tac Boom. Like when I see Origin, it pops up, and I'm like, those guys. I want to talk to them so much about Origin. Like we're the only ones on there.
We're the three guys.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, love BF3. What is your opinion on it, Jason?
It's good.
That's it.
I've gone a little bit. I'm ashamed to say I've gone a little bit too deep with it.
How so?
I was really wanting to learn how to fly, so
you fucking didn't.
I bought a flight stick.
Oh, you bought a flight stick? I thought you were gonna say you bought a server.
No, hold on. We're not done.
Oh fuck!
Hold on,
Jesus
we're not done. So I bought a flight stick, and I get it home, and I don't want to mess with anyone when I'm trying to learn how to fly the flight stick. So I tried to create a private server with just me, and I realized you can't do that. You have to have your own server. So I rented a server.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my god!
Okay, but here's the other problem.
Jesus Christ!
So I start up the server. I have a password and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I get in. I'm like, oh fucking hot damn! I got my flight stick here. I got like a TV tray on my lap to have the flight sticks on, and I load up the server, and
it won't let you play.
It won't let me play because I don't have 8 players. So I am now looking for hacks that will allow me to run a private server with 1 player. So if you know of any, please email at Multiplaying.
No,
wow.
You could call out and get 6 other people.
No, I don't want, because I don't want to fuck with them. I just want to.
No, you could tell me right now. Do you want to fuck with me? Just tell me.
No,
because I would buy it right now. Like, my wife has not come home, so I could fucking buy it right now.
Okay, but I need 6 more people.
Okay, well, I can pay.
And it's not even detecting. I got into a server where it was actually I had done some hardcore internet research, and it was a guy running a flight training server, and I logged on.
Oh God!
I know I'm way too deep. And I'm trying. I'm sitting in the jet, like I got my hat on and everything. And it's not detecting my flight stick at all.
Oh Jesus! Really?
So now I'm okay. I'm divided here. I'm hardcore internet researching how to hack a server to where you can have less than 8 people. Because I've been on servers where it's done, and I tried asking the guy, and all he's told me was it's hacks. He wouldn't tell me how to do it. And I'm also trying to figure out how to make this flight stick work with Battlefield 3, because apparently Battlefield 3 doesn't officially support any flight sticks.
What?
It's fucked, yeah. So
that's dumb.
I know I'm in a real quandary here with what to do.
What kind of flight stick did you buy?
It's a Cyborg X. I think it's either called Cyborg X or Cyborg Fly F. So it has like the throttle control. It's like a lever. There's 2 different levers that you lift up and down.
Jason.
Yeah. That
one's not supported by Battlefield 3.
Yeah, I'm way too deep. Got it way over my head, and
wow.
At one point yesterday, I just I had already had the server. I debated trying to buy another server because I thought I had fucked up with the first server. I need help.
Oh wow!
Someone just come here and tell me to stop.
Is it like a monthly thing? Did you only pay for the month of it? Or?
No, I paid for 1 month. I can cancel it.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. So I have a 16-player multiplaying server with the password. So
awesome.
If anyone wants to come farm stuff, because it's a ranked server, we can go fuck stuff up. And so if anyone knows how to make this flight stick work, or make a server run with less than 8 people, was it multiplaying@gmail.com? Let me know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or Jabberant, JABBERANT on Twitter.
Yep.
I'm desperate. I will send you Steam games. I will suck your dick. Whatever you want.
Yeah.
So.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it. What?
No, wait. Speaking of Steam
I'm trying desperately to end the show.
No, but let's not do that. Let's give away free games for the end of the show.
Oh, that's right. You came bearing gifts.
Do you guys like adventure games? No, I'm not talking about action adventure games.
I mean, like Discworld.
Yeah, I'm talking about Discworld. Okay? So Discworld is great, Broken Swords is great, and all of those games. So what has recently released is this game called Gemini Rue.
Oh, it's a great game.
Did you play it?
I played some of it. That's a fantastic game.
Gemini Rue is a classic adventure game. So it looks classic. It's got more of like a really basic art style, but it's got a really cool Blade Runner storyline. Okay? Mm-hmm. So let's brainstorm a way to give it to your guests. As in
listeners.
Listeners?
It's the first person to mail a link to a YouTube clip of Rad wins.
Oh man, that's pretty clever.
It's
we could find a
Crew Jones.
Yeah, we could find a random YouTube video.
The first person to email a link of a Explorers clip.
Ooh.
That's right in Steve's wheelhouse.
Yeah. I've watched that movie so many times. But I haven't watched it in a long time, though. Yeah, there you go. First email that we get at multiplaying@gmail.com with a link to the movie Explorers. Any clip from the movie. The first email that I get from it will win a copy of the game. And we'll email. That's a Steam copy?
Yes.
All right. And that is all.
Explorers. Hold on, I'm just typing some. It's not really related to anything.
But we're going to do it anyways.
What was that email?
Multiplaying@gmail.com.
Okay, hold on.
I think we have a winner.
I'm kidding.
No. But anyways.
Okay. I'm going to go cry with my flight stick.
And good night, everybody. You can, real quick before we do go, Twitter accounts. We're going to start promoting that a little bit more and get more people on the Twitters. You can join the Multiplaying Twitter account. That is twitter.com/multiplaying. My Twitter account is twitter.com/slurmsmp for multiplaying. Jason's is Jabberant, and that's JABBERANT.
Yes.
Right, okay. Blameful, are you even using your Twitter anymore?
You know what? I love you guys. And that's mainly what I gotta say.
Okay, so he's not using his Twitter anymore is what he's trying to say. But until next time, peace. Enjoy.
Well, gentlemen, no point in hanging around this dump any longer.
Wait! Where are you going? I was going to make espresso.
Show's over, folks.
You can't go. All the plants are going to die. Take off, eh?
Thanks for listening to Multiplaying, the companion podcast at multiplaying.net. Questions, comments, feedback, errors, etc. can be sent to multiplaying@gmail.com. We invite you to write a review on iTunes and visit our website at www.multiplaying.net.
We've made a lot of friends, shared a lot of laughs, often at the expense of others.
I think some people are going to be upset.
Let me just close this conversation by saying you are one unique individual.
Thank you and good night.
Hey, do you guys want to hear a story?
Is the story about Portal Power?
No, it's about
Then no, I don't want to hear it.
How about Captain Power?
Okay. So anyways,
I want power in this story. There better be power.
Dude, we're three guys talking on a podcast.
Samuel Powers?
So I'm going to tell you the story. You guys tell me to shut up when I need to shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Okay, I'm not going to say it, but I'm telling you. Okay.
Shut up.
I'm going to shut up. I'm not. Do you really want me to tell the story?
Yeah.
Yes, that's fine.
Really?
Okay. I'm going to edit. So
when I was a kid, and I assume that this is like a normal thing with boys, like when you're
yes, it's a boner.
Okay, no. So no. Just imagine, okay, life before a vagina. Okay, everybody, think of that.
Is this going to be one of those tangents where at the end you say, I don't know if I got to the point?
I don't remember where I was going with this.
Wait, have I done that enough that you guys realize that's what I do every single time?
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's your MO.
Okay, so I'm not trying not to do this. So, young Eric. Well,
I really like your story, but I'm going to do some cleaning of my keyboard here, so you go ahead. Keep talking.
Anyways, I didn't know what a vagina actually looked like. Okay? So...
No, keep talking.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So I kind of imagine what it was in my dream, that it was like this black hole of pleasure, and that in my dream when I was a little boy, like I would just do it, and then
no, go ahead.
No, all I'm gonna say is, can you please cut this from the podcast?
Yeah, that's happening.